Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的直击美股，我是主持人张舒，在纽约向您问好。周三美股收高，在今天下午，市场是一度突破了2100点的关键性利口位置。今天推涨市场的原因，主要是上一个月的采购经理人指数是显示了51.3的数字，而这也是比此前市场所预计的要好很多。甚至有人在之前是担心这个数字会否跌破50，所以说最终51.3的数字是提振了不少的市场情绪。另外一方面，原油价格在午盘后的反弹，同样也是今天推高市场的因素之一，其中在明天，也就是周四，欧佩克石油输出国组织将聚集起来讨论能否在未来的一个石油出口量上增加一个限定值。好的，更多的消息，让我们来看一下今天交易员的独家分析。Hi Scott, U.S. stocks closed slightly higher today with the intraday recovery in oil price and also the better than expected manufacturing data. So if we want to hold this momentum, which level should we watch?
Well, this morning was important, right? The sellers, the futures were lower. They could have definitely broken the upper range and buyers came back. So I want to see those buyers continue. I think this high-level flag is giving some confidence to the bulls, but we're not out of the woods yet. You look here at the chart of the SPX and you'll see what I'm talking about. We had this big move from the double bottom, and then you had your commitment right here, went all the way up to 2111. Okay, that's where the prior high was. We came back in, okay, corrected a bit because maybe too far, too fast from here to there, and we came in and we held the 200-day. And if you remember, we talked about this descending channel here that was broken to the upside. So now look at us. We are holding higher. Holding higher is a good thing for the bulls. So if that continues, here is your spot. If we can continue to hold above the 8-day, I think there's a good chance that we create a flag here to then at least make an assault on the 2016 highs. There are some sectors already above it. Today, if you were bearish on the brain, as soon as we reclaim this 2088, you have to at least cover and see what's next.
Well, today's market topped 2100 in the afternoon trade, and I think this is a very psychological key level to watch. But up to this moment, is there any area you see as constructive to hold for a higher move in the future? For example, how about financial sector?
Okay, well, in order to get above 2100 and go, we need the financial sectors to participate. We need a lot of sectors to participate, and it can't do it on its own. And today, in the morning call, I talked about levels that could hold in the banks, which would be constructive. And if you look here, let's just go with JP Morgan, because JP Morgan is my favorite, best in breed. We've talked a lot of different strategies here, and my thought was, can JP Morgan hold this prior high and reverse on the 8-day? And that's what it did. That was constructive. Now with time, if this could take out this spot, it would probably help something like Citigroup that did a similar pattern. Okay, here's your flag, here's your holding higher. Maybe with a strong jobs report, the banks could continue to the upside, and that would be constructive. The actual Russell, which no one's really talking about, is already above 2016 highs. So that to me is a decent sign as long as it holds above it now. So there are some signals that maybe 2100 could be eclipsed with a little bit more authority.
Well, on the other side, we also need the tech sector to perform better, but actually tech sector is among the very few sectors that closed lower today. So what happened to this sector?
Well, guys on my desk were saying that like when the spiders continue to go, some technology names got a little weaker. So we'll see who wins tomorrow. Like you saw, Apple was probably one of the culprits, and rightly so. Look at the size of the move that Apple's had since reclaiming this 9250 here. So for it to pull back a little bit, not the end of the world. But if Apple starts getting much below the 21-day, which is around 9750, then maybe it's trouble. So I want to see Apple hold around here tomorrow. And I guess we'd want to see something like Facebook actually, start to break out and go. It's been holding this support going sideways. It held the mid-level here. So we'd like to see a little bit of power in something like this. So in order for the market to continue to new highs, you need generals making new highs. Even like Amazon today made a new high and then came off it. So at this point, some divergences, but lots of place just to make some moves.
Well, on the other side, I think Baba definitely breaks some hearts, including yours.
Yes.
So actually, what happened to this stock? It's really tricky, right?
It just, a lot of misdirectional moves, and it's trapped a lot of traders. And if that's the type of thing that's been happening to you, just get away from it. For me, if you take a look at Baba, it basically had a really nice breakout on this day, if you guys remember. Boom. Looked great, breaking out of this wedge. It was my #1 position, full size here, looking great, and then all of a sudden, boom. Announced the SEC investigation, got out. And then people probably started shorting it here, thinking, that was important. Got to here, look how strong it looks, and then boom, an offering right back down. So to me, I'm not trading it. It's full of trap holes, and I think, wait and let it rebuild or just avoid it until there's more continuity.
Okay, that's all we have for today.
Yes, and we'll have more tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. We'll try and keep connecting the dots.
感谢您的收看，我们明天再见。